The scouting combine has officially started, and NFL GMs and coaches across the league have made their trek to Indy to do media rounds and answer hot topic questions regarding their respective teams. And the man doing the talking for the Pittsburgh Steelers was Omar Khan. The first person brought up was unrestricted free agent Cam Sutton.
We think very highly of Cam, and conversations have commenced, and we'll see where it goes. Just like all our other free agents, everything's on the table.
You don't feel like he's a must-sign? He has the leverage.
We have a few guys that obviously we would prioritize. I'm not going to get into who's who, but I feel good about where we're at. We do like Cam a great deal.
Of course we want to re-sign him. We've been talking about this. It's just good to hear that negotiations have already started. But how about the guy asking if Cam is must-sign? Does this reporter know who he's talking to? Omar Khan, the Don? If Cam Sutton wants too much, the deal ain't happening. You heard how Omar scoffed at this foolish question.
You don't feel like he's a must-sign? He has the leverage.
Omar also discussed backup quarterback Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch has been great. He's been great to have around, and I would look forward to having him around here for a long time. Not only this year, but for a long time.
Listen, I'm not opposed to having Mitch back. I've been on record recently saying that. I do actually think he'd be a great backup for the Steelers in 2023. The only concern is the cap hit. Is it really worth it to be paying a backup quarterback double digits against the cap? But Omar Khan sold me further on this great point as to why it actually does make sense.
How much do you just value that veteran presence that he has, the veteran leadership?
I think any young quarterback will tell you having that veteran presence around him is tremendous, and especially if you have a guy like Mitch that just handles things so well.
So yes, again, I'm in on Mitch being back. It's just when Omar used the words long-term, that's what threw me off. Like, what? I guess it doesn't hurt Omar or the Steelers to say that, but I just can't envision a world where Mitch is okay being the next Charlie Batch here. It wouldn't be bad for us, but I'd assume, and I've been saying this, Mitch would still at least want another crack at a starting quarterback position at some point, and that point might still be in 2023. We just still haven't heard directly from Mitch yet. But it is very clear the Steelers are letting him know that they want him to be here. Also, we had some sound bites on Alex Highsmith.
Internally, is Alex Highsmith a significant candidate for an extension this offseason?
I think you guys know our history. When we have a young, up-and-coming player, we don't like to let those guys go.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer, but since Alex is under contract, it'll probably get done later in the offseason, kind of like the Minka, TJ, and Deontay deals. But obviously, Omar has his focus in the right place on this one. But before I sign off, we have one more thing to talk about. Omar was asked about Pitt players coming into this draft, and also specifically Jordan Addison.
It's a strong Pitt class. We obviously love those guys being next door. There's some good football players, and there's a handful of guys that are going to be Sunday contributors. Sooner than later. What's that?
Can he come to your office and give his 2 cents?
A little bit. I'm not going to tell you we haven't picked his brain a little bit, but yeah.
But when you look at the trend of quarterbacks reuniting with their college wide receivers, and there's a guy like Jordan Addison in this, what is it about the chemistry that carries over from college to the NFL? And do you think that's a trend that maybe you guys could explore, maybe more teams can explore in the future when they have that opportunity?
I think you always look at things like that, but given the off seasons that you have, and the time guys spend together, I think the transition and new receivers trying to get acclimated to quarterbacks, it's not a hard process.
Is Jordan someone that maybe Kenny comes in and bangs the table or anything like that, and says, man, I'd love to have that guy back?
You guys will have to ask Kenny about that, but Jordan Addison, he's a really good football player.
We definitely got some mixed signals there. Kenny Pickett giving some input on the Pitt players. That's one thing. Then Omar says he doesn't think it's that hard to build a rapport between an NFL quarterback and an NFL receiver because of how the offseason is structured, but then also says Jordan Addison is a good receiver. Said earlier, actually, a couple questions before, that he's happy with the receiver room. He wouldn't have got rid of Claypool if that wasn't the case. So I don't know. Omar's keeping his cards close to his vest, which I don't blame him. It's smart. I'm glad Omar's our GM. But Let me know what you guys think of some of these sound bites from Omar Khan and his press conferences at the Scouting Combine. What do you think about Mitch coming back as the backup for 2023? This has been already an ongoing topic this offseason, but then Omar even adds to it by saying he'd like Mitch around long term. The Alex Highsmith extension, the Cam Sutton contract before March 15th. Any of that, any of your thoughts, drop it down in the comments below. But yeah, again, that's it for Big Deke News today on a Tuesday. Stay chilling. Peace.